Hello, everyone. Welcome back. I'm Leda.
And I'm Fenrir. We're glad you're here.
Today, we have a really interesting topic. Have you ever done something scary? Something new? Something that made you nervous, but you did it anyway?
Today we're talking about the comfort zone. What is a comfort zone? It's the place where you feel safe, where everything is familiar, where nothing is new.
It feels nice inside your comfort zone, but sometimes staying there too long can stop you from growing, from living a bigger life.
So today we ask, why do people leave their comfort zone, and what happens when they do?
This is a slow, clear conversation for A2 and B1 English learners. Let's go. Leda, before we start, how was your week? Honestly, a little busy. I tried something new this week. I went to a pottery class.
Pottery? Like making things from clay?
Yes, I saw it online and I thought, why not? I had no idea what I was doing. My bowl looked like a crumpled hat.
A crumpled hat.
A very sad crumpled hat, but I had so much fun. I was nervous at first because I knew nobody in the class, but after 10 minutes, I forgot to be nervous.
That's interesting. You stepped outside your comfort zone just for a pottery class, and it was fine.
Yes, actually, that connects perfectly to today's topic. I didn't even plan that.
Or maybe you did plan it and you're very good at this.
I wish. Okay, let's talk. So, Fenrir, let's start simple. What is a comfort zone, really? Can you explain it?
Sure. A comfort zone is a place, not a real place, but a mental place where you feel relaxed and safe. You know what to expect. Nothing surprises you. Nothing challenges you.
Like your daily routine. You wake up, you go to the same coffee shop, you sit in the same seat, you talk to the same people.
Exactly. It's familiar, and familiar feels safe. That's not a bad thing. We all need safety. But the problem is when you never leave that space.
Why is that a problem?
Because growth doesn't happen inside the comfort zone. When everything is easy and familiar, your brain doesn't need to work hard. You don't learn new skills, you don't meet new people, you don't discover what you're capable of.
So, comfortable, yes, but maybe too comfortable?
There's a saying, life begins at the end of your comfort zone. I think there's truth in that.
Life begins at the end of your comfort zone. That's a great phrase. Let's say it together. Life begins at the end of your comfort zone.
And outside the comfort zone, there is something called the growth zone, where things are new, where you're learning.
A good kind of uncomfortable. I like that. Okay, Fenrir, tell me, have you ever left your comfort zone in a big way? A moment that changed you?
Yes. A few years ago, I moved to a new country, alone.
Really? Where did you go?
I moved to Japan. I had a job offer there, and I said yes before I really thought about it.
You just said yes?
I said yes in the email, then I closed my laptop and I sat there thinking, what did I just do?
That feeling, that moment when you agree to something and then immediately regret it?
Exactly. The next morning I woke up and the first thought was, maybe I can say I made a mistake. Maybe I can say the email went to spam.
The email went to spam?
But I didn't. I went. And it was, honestly, the hardest and the best thing I've ever done.
Tell me more. What was hard about it?
Everything at first. The language. I knew a little Japanese, very little. I couldn't read the signs. I couldn't order food properly. One time I ordered what I thought was chicken and it was something else. I still don't know what it was.
You just ate it?
I ate it. It was fine. A little strange, but fine.
I love that. That's very brave.
And I was lonely at first. I had no friends there. I came home every evening to an empty apartment. That was the hardest part. Not the food, not the language, the loneliness.
I think many people feel that. When you move somewhere new, especially alone, that loneliness is real.
Yes, But after a few months, things changed. I started learning Japanese properly. I made some friends at work. I found a small cafe near my apartment. They knew my order. They would start making it when I walked in the door.
That's the best feeling.
It became home, a second home, and I would not have had that if I'd said no to that email.
So Fenrir left his comfort zone in a very big way, moved to a new country alone, and it was hard at first, but then it became something beautiful.
And I learned something important. The discomfort doesn't last. It feels like it will. In the beginning, it feels like it will always be hard, but it gets easier. You adapt.
You adapt. That's the key word.
Leda, what about you? You don't have to move to Japan. Tell me a moment when you left your comfort zone.
Mine is smaller than yours, much smaller.
It doesn't have to be big.
Okay, so about 2 years ago, I started this channel, talking on camera.
That counts, definitely.
Before the first video, I recorded myself about 15 times and deleted it. Every time I watched it back, I thought, my voice sounds weird. My face looks wrong. I'm not interesting enough. Why would anyone want to watch me?
That's a very common feeling. Imposter syndrome.
Exactly. Imposter syndrome. The feeling that you're not good enough, that someone will find out you don't really know what you're doing.
And yet, you posted the video.
I posted it at 11 o'clock at night, when I thought not many people would see it right away. I went to sleep, and when I woke up, there were some comments. Not many, but some. And one comment said, "Your voice is so calming. Thank you."
Really?
I cried. A little. Because I had been so afraid of that voice, the voice that someone called calming.
The thing you were most afraid of turned out to be someone's favorite thing about you.
Yes. And I think that happens a lot. We hide the parts of ourselves that we're ashamed of, but often those are the exact parts that connect with people.
That's quite profound, actually.
I have my moments. Beat 4. Why do we stay in our comfort zone? So, if leaving the comfort zone is so good, why do people stay? Why is it so hard to leave?
Fear, I think. The number one reason is fear. Fear of failing, fear of looking stupid, fear of what other people will think.
Fear is very powerful, and it's not irrational. Fear exists to protect us. When our ancestors saw a tiger, fear said, "Run." That was useful.
But there are no tigers now.
No tigers. But our brains still react the same way. The brain says, this is new, this is unknown, this could be dangerous. Stay safe. Stay where you know.
So it's not weakness, it's just biology.
Exactly. Feeling fear when you try something new, that is completely normal. It doesn't mean you shouldn't do it. It means you're human.
Another reason I think people stay comfortable is they don't believe they can succeed. They think, I've never done this before, so I probably won't be good at it.
The fixed mindset. The idea that your abilities are fixed, that you're either good at something or you're not, and if you're not good at it now, you never will be.
But the growth mindset says, I'm not good at this yet. The word yet changes everything.
Yet. I'm not good at this yet. I don't speak English perfectly yet. I'm not confident yet. Yet means there is still time. There is still possibility.
Yet is a very powerful word. Try it. Say, I can't do this yet. How does that feel different?
There's also a third reason people stay comfortable, and it's one people don't talk about much.
What's that?
The people around them. Sometimes the people in your life don't want you to change. They're used to who you are, and when you try to grow, when you try something new, they feel unsettled.
Like you think you're better than us now?
Or, why do you need to do that? What's wrong with your life now? Even from people who love you. They're not being mean. They're just afraid too. Afraid things will change.
That can be hard. when your environment doesn't support your growth.
Yes, and that's when it becomes really important to know yourself, to know what you want, because sometimes leaving your comfort zone also means changing the people around you.
That's real. That's a real cost sometimes.
But it's also sometimes necessary. Beat 5, small steps. You don't have to move to Japan.
Okay, I want to make sure people don't feel overwhelmed, because Fenrir moved to Japan and I know not everyone is going to do that.
I didn't say everyone should move to Japan.
You don't have to move to Japan. Small steps count too. Very small steps.
Yes, leaving your comfort zone doesn't have to be dramatic. It can be tiny, every day.
Like talking to a stranger.
Even just saying hello to someone at a cafe. Trying a new food. Eating something you've never eaten.
Taking a different route home, just to see something new.
Saying your opinion when you usually stay quiet. In a meeting, in a class, just raising your hand once.
Signing up for a class you're curious about. Like pottery.
Like pottery, even if your bowl looks like a crumpled hat.
Especially if it looks like a crumpled hat, because you still showed up.
Showing up is the hardest part. Most people don't even get to the door. So if you get to the door, even if everything after that is a mess, you've already done something brave.
You've already done something brave. I like that. Keep that.
There's a concept called micro-challenges. Small daily challenges that push you just a little bit, just enough to feel uncomfortable, but not so much that you run away.
Like a muscle. You don't go to the gym and lift the heaviest weight on the first day. You start small, and each week you lift a little more.
The discomfort zone is a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. And eventually, things that used to scare you feel normal.
Like talking on camera. 3 years ago, that felt impossible to me. Now I do it every week. It's just Tuesday.
Just Tuesday.
Just Tuesday. It becomes normal. You expand your comfort zone instead of abandoning it.
You don't throw away your comfort zone. You make it bigger.
You make it bigger. I love that. Leda, looking back, do you think the person you are now is different from the person before you left your comfort zone?
Yes, completely. I think before I was very focused on what people thought of me. I wanted to be liked. I was afraid to say the wrong thing, to do the wrong thing.
And now I still care. I'm still human, but it doesn't control me the same way. I've made mistakes on camera. I've said the wrong word. I've laughed at the wrong moment, and nothing terrible happened.
You survived.
I survived. Every time. And each time you survive something uncomfortable, a small voice inside you says, "See, you can handle more than you think."
I feel the same about Japan. I was a different person before. More rigid, more worried about control. Japan taught me to let go. Because you can't control everything in a new environment. You learn to be flexible.
Do you ever miss it, Japan?
Every day. The food, the quiet, the politeness of people on the train, the way seasons change so dramatically there.
Maybe you'll go back.
Maybe, one day. But I'm grateful it happened when it did. It made me who I am.
And that's what leaving your comfort zone does.
It makes you who you are. The hard experiences, the new experiences, they shape you. They teach you things you can't learn from inside your safe little bubble. The bubble is nice, but eventually you have to pop it.
Pop your bubble, everyone.
In a good way.
In a very good way. Okay, let's do a quick review of today's conversation.
We talked about what a comfort zone is. A mental place where everything feels safe and familiar.
We talked about why it's important to leave it sometimes, because growth happens outside it, not inside.
We shared personal stories. I moved to a new country. Leda started talking on camera. Both were scary. Both were worth it.
We talked about why people stay comfortable, fear, fixed mindset, and sometimes the people around them.
And we talked about small steps. You don't have to move to Japan. You just have to take one small step outside your normal. Every day.
We hope this conversation helped you practice your English today. And maybe, just maybe, it gave you a little push to try something new, to say yes to something that scares you a little.
The discomfort is temporary. The growth is permanent.
The discomfort is temporary. The growth is permanent. Say that to yourself tonight.
Thank you for spending this time with us.
See you next time. Okay, let's do a quick review of today's conversation.
We talked about what a comfort zone is, a mental place where everything feels safe and familiar.
We talked about why it's important to leave it sometimes, because growth happens outside it, not inside.
We shared personal stories. I moved to a new country. Leda started talking on camera. Both were scary. Both were worth it.
We talked about why people stay comfortable, fear, fixed mindset, and sometimes the people around them.
And we talked about small steps. You don't have to move to Japan. You just have to take one small step outside your normal. Every day.
We hope this conversation helped you practice your English today. And maybe, just maybe, it gave you a little push to try something new, to say yes to something that scares you a little.
The discomfort is temporary. The growth is permanent. The discomfort is temporary. The growth is permanent. Say that to yourself tonight. Thank you for spending this time with us. See you next time. Okay, let's do a quick review of today's conversation. If you enjoyed today's conversation, please give us a like. It helps more people find our channel. And subscribe if you want more slow, clear English conversations every week. We have one question for you in the comments. What is one thing you've done that was outside your comfort zone? Big or small? We want to know. Tell us below. Until next time, take care. Bye everyone.